Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Down, ready? Check 53. That's a slant.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
A gain of 12. And the Raider first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Shotgun now for Carr. And it's caught. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
185.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
No. 9. That's
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Chiefs take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Check 26.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
It's just me and you.
Hey, 15.
Mike's 50.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is taken at the 18. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Check down. You wide 53. Check me out.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Carr. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Second down, McKinnon. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 44.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Clelin Ferrell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken in at the 11. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. That's a punt return of 89 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got his man, it's Eifert. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. Got his man, it's Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr. Caught by Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Express. Later one. I'm coming after you. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
We ain't giving him nothing today.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Everson Griffin in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after one. Carlson now to kick this one away. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And an alley to run. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check, 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 check. 29. That's it.
Now Carr. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Check 24, check 24.
Throwing on second down. Carr. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Right down. 180.
Check 13. Check 13.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Kill, kill, kill.
On first down, Jacobs. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
You got it.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, tight, tight.
To throw is Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Right there, 56.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
15. 56.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Check 56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
In your face. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, 57. Lucky.
Now Leonard Fournette. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Fournette. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, and going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
53.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
Now. Hey, 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. OP.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the curve, watch the curve. Check.
Operating from the gun. Carr dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
What now? 180. Mike.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Raider 1. Out. White Monday down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Raider 2.
Wide, get wide.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
You draw forfeit.
You run. Check the backer.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyler Eifert, as the 1st half is winding down. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check. Check hot route.
15. Shift.
Alert flare.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
3rd down and 9.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
43.
54.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. That one goes for 24 yards.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Right on these two. Let's go, Artie.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
It's gonna be a long day for you. Check down.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Very good return that time. 18 yards, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
All day, defense, all day.
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll get this to Eckler. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. And boy, that drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Check safety, check safety. 53 to Mike, 53, check 53. You bet.
Now Carr again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Hey, 57 colors. Trying to collect. Hey, 15.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
50. Let's get the ball.
15.
From the 29, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
Mahomes going to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Mahomes now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Watch the slant. 43.
From the 22, Mahomes. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Pringle. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Carr going to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. To throw his Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Undercut.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the 39, Carr got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's our field. Hey, 43, 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Down. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Carr now on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Jones has it. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Brings up third down.
The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 29, 2 short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Chiefs, 48. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Yellow. You gonna see me in yellow. Son, you gonna see me in your nightmare.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Brings up third and 2.
I've got 50. Check back 50.
Check.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And again, it's Mahomes. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but it'll be second and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Mahomes to throw once more. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. Mahomes now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Carr to throw. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Right there. Dead, baby.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing his Carr on third down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Don't get nervous.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Yellow, yellow. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Let's go, one more. Wide, move.
Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Mahomes to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
15.
Championships, baby. Play 56.
Now Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Back to throw. Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Mike 56. Easy. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on here, come get some.
Hey, 57 colors.
They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Watkins the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let him know.
Back to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And no, it's incomplete. So that hits the ground with only 4 seconds remaining. And this should be the last play. One more shot. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Tight end right. 3 down. Motion.
Hero 15.
Let's go, Mike 50.
One final try for Mahomes. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading 000. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr now to throw. This is caught by Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
29.
Now Carr. He'll get this to Eckler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Shotgun now for Carr. Complete to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First down, Raiders.
Down. 185.
Check 53. Ready?
Carr now on first down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Switch.
White.
53 is the mic. Drop deep.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 53. I got you, sir.
to throw his Carr. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down. 180.
Check 53. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They come out here in the eye. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Oakland, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.